The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Probably a Podcast. And boy, are you guys going to be happy because you are always begging, pleading, I am too, for Anna Grace to come on the pod. Boof squad back again. Boof squad back again. Boof squad
back again. We glitched. I was like, are we still going?
We're glitching. We're on virtual reality. We are doing a virtual podcast, which is sad because you have betrayed me and moved away, which is fine. I'm still not over it. It's been a few years now, and I'm still meaning to bring it up to you that you shouldn't have done that.
I know, but you know what? It's okay because luckily we do have this beautiful technology. I can still see your face, like a little FaceTime. We do
have this beautiful technology, and one thing about me and Anna Grace on a podcast, we aren't going to plan anything, and it is just going to feel like a FaceTime with the two of us that you guys just happen to like rudely interrupt and be a part of. So strap in because I haven't talked to you for a while. So let's FaceTime.
Buckle up. I just want you to know this just happened legitimately right before I got on the mic, and I was like, oh, I'm about to get on the microphone. I get a text from one of my girlfriends and she says, doesn't know we're about to record. Please tell Shannon that she's not alone on the nose picking. I'm not going to lie. It makes me feel so much better. And I literally go, wait, really quick. What the fuck are we talking about right now? Like, what are we actually
I am so mad I have headphones in because I want Courtney to hear this so bad. You know, I told Courtney, I said after we recorded that episode, the solo episode, I said to her, whenever I make you laugh and I see her like quietly like holding her mouth, like trying not to laugh loudly for the episode, nothing brings me more joy. Like I feel like I really did something if Courtney's like laughing in the background of the episode. Anna Grace said before she came on this podcast that someone just messaged her and was like, please tell Shannon that she's not alone with the nose picking, and I feel really seen and really happy. And Anna Grace is like, hold on, sorry, really quick, what are we talking about? Because Courtney was just like seriously cackling when I was talking about it. I talked about how my New Year's resolution, I'd like to hear if you have a New Year's resolution, is to stop picking my nose so much. Like, and okay, by the way, if you guys are looking for an update on last week's episode, it's hard, okay? I have to actively tell myself, like, you're addicted. Like, you have to stop. And I have this, like, I've started, you know, like when people smoke, so then instead they like chew gum, or like people that vape say they have like a hand fixation. So they like start like sucking on suckers or like having something in their hand, like a fidget spinner. I got this like, it's just... No, I got a fidget spinner until I stopped picking my nose. No, I got this like saline spray, which James keeps getting confused. He keeps thinking it's like nasal spray, like, you know, like Afrin.
Silly.
And I keep telling him like it's salt water in a bottle. It just has like a spray end on it. And because anytime I want to pick my nose, I just reach for that. I try to tell myself just reach for that instead and like moisten your nose, because the reason I pick it is because I pick it so much that I have now created like little scabs, like dry scabs in my nose. All this sounds really gross, and I'll tell you what it is, and I should hold myself accountable. And so I did say, like, don't picture like big ooey gooey boogers. Like they're just like little crusty things that I just like feel like I have to pick them. And so the saline spray like moistens your nose so that you don't have that need to pick, because then it's just like moist and soft. And then you kind of just want to blow your nose. And you know what's great? That is what adults do. They blow their nose and use tissues. And so I'm trying to do that.
Okay. You know, when I first read the text, I was thinking like, wow, what the fuck could Shannon possibly have
Don't be shy. I said the name. Who was it? Who else is out here picking their nose?
I feel bad. I don't want to say her name.
No, don't.
She might be like, I'll text you. You do know who it is though, but I don't want to embarrass her. But it was funny because I thought, well, you know, sometimes like, not that it's just like a, you know, weird habit, but sometimes it's medicinal. Like, you know, like sometimes you got something in your nose and you got to get it out. So like,
sometimes it's like medicinal weed though. Sometimes I just need that little hit. Like I love, and you know, but I've caught on now that I've really recognized the addiction. Like I've caught myself. I do it when I'm like nervous or trying to like I don't know what to do. It's like, and by the way, nobody in the world would ever say that Shannon Ford, she's a nose picker habitually, because I don't do it in public. Like I have limits. Okay. I would never just be like in public picking my nose. I'm not actually addicted to it to that extent, but like, dude, literally, I was like, budget blinds came by to like do something, and we were getting like new blinds for the nursery, and I like went through all these samples and painstakingly picked out which one I wanted, and then I was like trying to put Daisy down, and I was like, okay, this one. And he's like, okay, and then he came down, and he's like, I'm so sorry, ma'am, they've discontinued that. I was like, okay, I'll go bring some other samples upstairs. Went to the staircase, finger and nose. I was like, stop, you're just stressed. Like, stop, you don't have anything to pick. Stop picking your nose. So I talked about that picker. Kind of I'm a nervous picker. Oh my, look at me picking my scalp right now. I just talked about that on the podcast, and I just said that was my New Year's resolution. I'm trying to like, you know, like you don't always have to have some grandiose fucking resolution. Sometimes it could just be to stop picking your nose.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
You know what? Hell yeah.
And you know what really this all stemmed from? I saw this thing that said where was it? It was like an article, but it was definitely had some like scientific backing to it that I then asked ChatGPT if the scientific backing was correct. And it was like, yeah, I mean, this is from an actual study. It said that picking your nose can lead to Alzheimer's.
Oh my God, we went there quick.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Okay. I am not trying to, I don't want, yeah. Imagine me knowing I did that to myself.
I feel like we have actually too much access to internet these days.
That one
I don't know if I'm following, but it's okay.
It's got me looking at people with Alzheimer's a little differently.
You're like, were you picking your nose?
Still with sympathy, but also with curiosity. What led to this? Was it genetic? Or were you picking that nose?
Wow, I'm really sad I didn't tune into that episode. I'm going to go back and listen to it after this.
I just repeated everything. Honestly, this is what's the problem with my podcast. Sorry if you guys just heard that again, but it's true. And I just want to hold myself accountable again. I am taking action steps. I have the little nose. Every time I spray my nose, James is like, I really don't think you should be using that much. And I'm like, it's fucking salt water, bro. Let me fucking live.
Well, I was going to say, did someone call you out on this, or is this just some internal? Okay, this was just some internal
Read
dialogue.
The article.
Okay,
got scared.
Got it.
Scared.
Okay,
your classic scare tactics.
Classic.
But James did tell me one time, only one time, but he did tell me, because I don't pick my nose in public, but your husband doesn't count as public. And one time in bed, he did say, I don't want to use the word unattractive, but it is like, it's something close to that you always pick your nose in bed when we watch Netflix. And I said what all nose pickers say. I'm not picking my nose. I have like a scratch, like I'm like itching it. And he's like, okay. I just, as your husband, I just have to tell you, like, it's not my favorite thing that you do nightly. I'm like, okay. Okay. I've heard and I've received that. But it wasn't until the Alzheimer article that I really decided to take action.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So I will be
Any New Year's resolutions that you've got going on?
Well, actually, as soon as you said it, I was like, man, I can't. Okay. You know what I do, actually? I've been aligning. Have you guys seen the trend? Please tell me you've seen the trend with Sherry on TikTok, and she's diagnosing everyone as Chinese. Have you seen this trend?
Literally, no. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh gosh, I'm just so like, I love Chinese medicine. Anyways, she's been telling everyone like it's winter time and you're Chinese now. So if you're Chinese, you've got to drink warm broth or warm soup. Like she's giving people basically Chinese medicine advice, but like all these people are on TikTok saying like, I just found out today I'm Chinese, and like we've all got to implement these Chinese.
Oh my gosh, wait, I was like, how is she finding out the lineage of these people? And I gotta tell you, I really think I'm far away from it, but if she tells me I am, I'm okay. Like I think I can be.
Yeah, no, you guys got to look her up. Her name's Sherry.
Anyways, always forget that Taylor's 25% Chinese.
Well,
isn't that
she actually
crazy?
Yes, yeah.
Because her dad's 50%, her paternal grandmother's 100%. She's 25% Chinese.
Well, she is very safe to say that she is Chinese. Yes.
She could get on the internet and say, I am Chinese. I've just found out. I like this new age that we're kind of dipping into a little bit. I talked about it on another podcast, how people are getting a little less like scared. Like, like when we're literally joking, saying like, I just found out today that I'm Chinese. But when you're talking about implementing Chinese medicine to whatever, there was a time on the internet where you would not dare say something like that. Because you'd be like, I mean, I'm obviously talking in reference to an association with a joke in which I am now joking about. And just to be clear, this is a joke in reference to Chinese medicine. Now everyone's like, oh, take it as a joke or don't. I don't care. Like,
well, yeah, I think everyone, especially with it coming from someone who is a Chinese practitioner, and she literally said, y'all are Chinese, and she said, if I'm lying, my pants would be on fire, and they're not on fire. I just thought,
and how can you argue with that?
I thought it was so funny. So now
I love her. I need to look her up.
You got to look her up. And she calls everyone. She's like, you're a Chinese baddie. Okay. And Chinese baddies, we don't drink iced drinks for the morning, which, I used to love an iced beverage in the morning, like an iced coffee. One thing about me,
I only drink warm beverages in the morning, actually, to the point that like in the summertime, people are like, how are you drinking a hot coffee? And I'm like, I just love warm liquid in the morning.
You do have a little Chinese grandma in you. Yeah, and you're also Chinese now. So.
A little tiny grandma Chinese woman inside of me. No, it's so true. Actually, I was thriving during postpartum and pregnancy. They say that it's really important for your body to heal. Obviously, like when your placenta comes out, you have like a dinner plate sized wound in your stomach. And
That'll do it.
Gotta do it. And the main thing they say is to drink or it's to eat and drink warm broths, obviously like soft foods, like very easy on your digestive, but mainly it's like a ton of really warm broths and casserole type dishes. And I actually did my favorite thing ever that I did for myself was have that postpartum like chef basically cook us all that food. Yes, you were saying that you were like so interested in that. And
no, remember I ate it. I came over, y'all. I come to visit Shannon. She's freshly postpartum, and I'm like eating her postpartum.
No, by the way, I ordered classic Shannon. I ordered too much. I was like, please eat this. That's so funny. Yeah, and she was saying the amazing doula chef. I don't know her technical term, but she was wonderful. She was saying she was like, yeah, I feel really bad for my postpartum mamas that give birth in the summer because everything's just like hot, warm broth, soup broth, hot, like warm and gooey. And I was like, gave birth in fall towards going into winter, and I was like, I love it, cozy. It was so great. Here's the harsh truth that you don't want to hear. Okay, guys, you can spend all the money you want on serums, but if your cells are stressed and dehydrated, nothing will glow. And God knows we want that glow. So this year, I've decided that I'm done with the broken resolutions and I'm fully committing to the internal fix that my skin has been begging for. I literally have some of the driest, least hydrated skin ever. I don't know if it's just like a me thing, but I have to get this glow in 2026. All right. So the secret is a powerful 2-part solution. One element to fight inflammation and then one element to guarantee that deep cellular hydration. And that is the kind of hydration I need. I need it on a cellular level. And that is exactly why the matcha plus electrolytes duo is essential for real skin transformation. Now, this is peak. It's where spirit meets science, all right? It's aspirational wellness for people who want to perform at their highest level, like the top 1% energy, where only the best inputs will do. Now, their Radiant Skin Duo is simple but powerful, okay? It's like a reset, a rebuild for your skin from the inside out. And that's what's really cool about this. It works from the inside out. First, the Sun Goddess Matcha. It's my morning reset button. It's this ceremonial grade matcha grown in volcanic soil. Like, how cool is that? And it's not just energy. It's a skin detox. It is packed with things like chlorophyll for detoxification, EGCG. Like, I am no scientist. All this stuff is so fancy, but I love. That's going to help you brighten and firm. And then the L-theanine to calm stress, because stress is what shows up on your face. And if you just know that when you are stressed and you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, great. And it also has catechins, which support the metabolism to help fight breakouts, which is great if you suffer from any kind of sort of breakouts. And it's the kind of thing where you're like, oh my God, my glow switch is back on, baby. We are in action. Then the BT Fountain is the all-day rebuild. And let me be clear, this is luxury hydration, not just a sports electrolyte. It is targeted beauty hydration for your skin barrier with things like hyaluronic acid, deep plumping hydration, ceramides, I can never pronounce that, but you know what I'm saying. Ceramides to strengthen and repair the barrier, and chelated minerals to hydrate on, again, the cellular level. It's just a delicious yuzu raspberry flavor, which makes it ridiculously easy to actually use, okay? And the magic is the synergy. It's the matcha that helps reduce inflammation and detox. The BT Fountain replenishes and hydrates. So together, you can feel less puffiness, a brighter tone, firmer texture, fewer flare-ups, and that ultimate plump, dewy, lit from within glow. This is also the part where people start asking, wait, what are you doing differently? And if you guys want to have people ask you that because you look so good, if you want to redefine your standard of health and glow from the inside out, secure 20% off your order and start intentional wellness journey today at peaklife.com/probably. It's spelled like pick though, so that's pronounced peak, but it's PIQUE life.com/probably. That's peaklife.com/probably, PIQUE life.com/probably. This is hydration redefined. Try it and glow from the inside out. So, okay, so New Year's resolution, you're drinking more warm broths.
No, well, actually, I was saying that because I went to Pilates and there was another person there who was actually Chinese, and she was telling me the Chinese New Year. And it's basically setting intentions later in the year, which is what I'm doing this year. Because honestly,
love that.
January 1, I feel like...
No, fuck January 1 being New Year. We always say this.
I know we do, but I'm like, it's the dead of winter. I'm just trying to figure it out. But I will say the energy is feeling new for me. It's feeling way better than the end of 2025.
We have so much to talk about with your newness.
Yes, we do.
Also, I think it's like good to do a little tiny, like stupid, not affirmation, sorry, resolution in January. And then you can do your real ones in like March and April when the spring is sprung.
Yes.
So nose picking is January for me.
Okay, nose picking is good. Mine for January then was just ease. I just want to ease into. I want things to be easy. One thing about me, and also I think Shannon can kind of relate. Sometimes we were in the past doing the most, and just really doing the most. And I'm like, why am I doing the most all the time when I don't have to? I could do the least right now.
We could just do medium amounts. We could do medium amounts, and you know what? Also, like work smarter, not harder. That's a great thing to implement into your life. And then James always says this. He talks often about like people, and I feel like there's like few people like in his sphere, his world, that he's like, I just worry they're like jack of all trades, master of none. He's like, it's so important to put all your focus into like seriously like one really great thing. And I'm not saying you can't do multiple things. You can't wear different hats or have different facets of life going on, but like if you're like trying to do a podcast, trying to do YouTube, trying to do this, it's like can sometimes feel really watered down, you know? Like you got to like fucking stick with one thing and really focus on it. And if something's easy enough for you to do in the background of something, then like for me, I feel like doing Instagram ads is like second nature, right? So I'm like, yeah, I don't have to focus on that too much. I can always like talk about a product I love online, but then I have to put all my focus into my podcast or all my focus into tour or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So it's good to just like take a step down from doing the fucking most.
Yes, I think that was like, I had a little bit of a minty bee. And then I realized, I was like, you know what? We're just not going to do the most. But my mom did say, she was like, hear me out. You did just up and kind of quit your whole job and life. Guys, I quit my job to make soap. Isn't that what you always say on here?
No, quit your job at Google to make soap.
Yes, I quit my job at Google to make soap. Everyone.
It basically means if you're doing something in your life, and if you're a new listener, I've always said this, quit your job at Google and make soap, because like every once in a while I would get people being like, I think I want to do this, but I'm not sure. I have this corporate, like we'd have all these like corporate baddies who'd be like, I don't feel like a baddie, but I'm so good at corporate life and I make so much money. But like my dream is to, it wouldn't be someone that said make soap, but it'd be something kind of like low-key arbitrary like that. Like but I really want to make sandcastles. And I'm like, quit your job at Google and make sandcastles. Like seriously, like we literally have this one fucking life to live, and yeah, like do it. You know what I mean? Like do it. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. So Anna Grace basically quit her job at Google to make soap, and we need to talk about it. You have uprooted your life. By the way, news to me, I'm not saying I'm a bad friend, because I think you kind of just like came to this realization all at once and then nothing could stop you. And it was most likely, I'm assuming, like this massive snowball effect, because even your parents were like, hold on, what?
They were.
But I just logged online one day and I said, oh, she's quitting influencing. I thought that's what we were all doing, and we've been doing that for a while. So break it down. Tell me why you quit your job at Google to start making soap.
No, like literally my own VA, my virtual assistant, she texted me and was like, wait, do I still have a job?
I'm cracking up.
Like she's literally like, wait a minute, like are you quitting? Everyone was like, where are you going? I was like, guys, whoa. I mean, one thing about me, I'm going to make a dramatic entrance and a dramatic exit. Okay?
Facts.
So,
And by the way, guys, the day I quit, you're going to hear about it. Okay? I'm not going quietly.
y'all are all going to hear about it. Okay. The difference between me and probably a normal person who quits their job at Google to make soap is that I am always forced against my will. Okay? I feel like, I mean, let me explain. I go to a meditation retreat. Right. And I'm like thinking, I've been telling Shannon forever, Austin are like, when do we want to have a baby? When do we want to have a baby? Like, you know, and I'm kind of thinking like, okay, I just have like kind of like XYZ, a few things that I want to do. But there was this little nag in the back of my head that was this unrest that I was like, I've just always had this other area, which I'll tell you guys about, this other area that I've always wanted to explore. I've always wanted to do, you know, something different. But I just, like Shannon said, you know, influencing, it's fun. It's great. I chose this life. I was here for a long time. Yeah, it's lucrative. I was making lots of money. Had the best agent. Easy. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I like it here. But then I have a mental breakdown and I physically...
hear me out. I have a mental breakdown.
hear me out. I go to this meditation retreat. You guys, it was a week straight, 9 hours of meditation the first day, and then anywhere from 6 to 9 following days. Okay.
When I tell you, when she told me she was doing this, I said, live your fucking truth, queen. Pop your pussy as hard as you want to for this meditation. But like, I am seriously like crying for you. Like, do you want to do this? And you're like, I've always wanted to do this. And I'm like, okay.
And let me explain. I can't tell one little funny part about this, but I always thought in my head, like when I become a mom, and you know this now, Shannon, you're not going to be like, right, so I'm going to sit in meditation and not have my cell phone and be out of reach with a baby.
When people say like, I can't not have my phone, I have a child. And you're like, okay, relax, Barbara. Like your kids are fine. But like, seriously, it is crazy that when you have a kid, you're like, the idea of my phone dying when she's literally still in the same home as me, I'm like, my phone's dead. What if, I don't know. What if? Like, it's seriously, it is a thing. And so I always told you when you were like, I wonder if I should do this before I have kids. I'm like, do all that shit now. And I'm not saying your life's over when you have kids, but like when you have your first child, the first one, and then it's the first 6 months to, I only can speak on the first 5 to 6 months, right? But like, yeah, I'm not like itching to go to a retreat for a week away from my child. I'm sure it gets different when you have like 2 and 3 and they're older and whatever. But yeah, I was definitely like, go forth and do that before you have kids.
Yes. And that was my thought process. I am the same. I am team your life does not end when you have kids. I do not want to put out that ideology at all. But there are just some weird things that I like to do personally as a solo mission. Like Austin wasn't invited. It was a solo mission. However, once I got there, will say, did wish Austin was there. The only thing that I will say that's kind of funny, but absolutely not funny. It's very similar to my mushroom story in the sense that I was like, this will be funny for someone else, but not me, like not today. But hear me out. Okay, which this is kind of backwards thinking. But once I did this meditation retreat, after meditating for that long, they were like, yeah, by the end of the retreat, they there's all these scientists there gathering data on all these people. There's a lot of people there that are sick. They have tumors and they basically have, it's their last resort. They're throwing a Hail Mary. They've done the treatment. Nothing's working. So there's a lot of data. And they're like, yeah, it's the craziest thing that by the end of this retreat, they can look at your brain scans and it shows the same effects as doing psilocybin. And I'm like,
what's psilocybin?
Mushrooms, drugs.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, this is just silly. This is like on day one. They're like pitching their big spiel. And I'm thinking, okay, well, like,
Sure, Jan.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're in the old mushroom effect, the old placebo effect.
It's like people that say like, yeah, some women when they give birth have an orgasm. I'm like, okay, sure. They're like natural birth. You can't do it when you have an epidural. With some women, I'm like, okay, sure, Jan.
And honestly, I would love that for us. I would love that journey. But
that's on my, let me know if it happens for you. I know you plan to probably have a natural birth and it's not in my wheelhouse. So let me know if you do just get your rocks off.
I will report back. You guys will be the first people to know.
You let me know. It's 2026, people, and if you're paying rent every month and getting absolutely nothing back for it, I just want you to know that there is an option that makes the whole experience feel a little less painful, because there's literally nothing worse than renting and paying for your rent. I don't know why everyone gets in your head about it, and they're like, you're flushing money down the toilet, and you just feel like, okay, well, I have to rent. But with Built, there is seriously a better program. Okay, Built Rewards is a loyalty program for renters that rewards you for your biggest monthly expense, which is usually rent. And with Built Rewards, every rent payment earns you points that you can redeem towards things that you're already doing anyways, okay? Like flights, hotels, Lyft rides, Amazon.com purchases, and so much more. I seriously told my brother who's renting, like, you have got to get in on this. When I was renting, I didn't have this, and I am so jealous. And here's what I love. It's not just travel stuff, okay? You can also redeem points towards fitness classes like SoulCycle, Berries, Pure Barre, Core Power, Cycle Bar, Rumble, Y7, Yoga 6, and BFT, or even gift cards at tons of brands. And starting in February, Built members can earn points on mortgage payments. Hello, Shannon. That's for you. For the first time, so wherever you live, you can get rewarded and unlock exclusive benefits with more than 45,000 neighborhood partners like restaurants, fitness studios, pharmacies, and more. Personally, I would like to redeem my points towards a weekend stay, okay? I really just want to travel and use some points to that, but I'm also ordering a million things ever off of Amazon because I have a baby now, so Amazon restocks. You can use your loyalty points for them. It's amazing. Just join the loyalty program for renters at joinbuilt.com/probably. That's JOINBILT.com/probably. Make sure to use my URL so they know I sent you.
So anyways, I'm thinking there's no way. I shit you not. Day 5, I call one of my friends and Austin was already asleep. His phone was off. I'm at this place alone and I'm having like full blown, like, you know, when you do drugs and you feel things like this, whoom,
yes,
whoom, like that, full blown, the same feeling as when I took mushrooms.
How?
Well, and okay, listen to this. It kind of makes sense because a lot of people do drugs, like actually like seek out plant medicine to like reach, I don't know, quote unquote, let's say some type of enlightenment, right? That's like the reason a lot of people will go on like a true plant medicine journey. Well, doesn't it make sense though that like if a drug just gets us to this place in our mind that like we could also just naturally reach
a state, to that place?
Yeah, naturally release a state of the same chemicals in your brain of whatever, I don't know, enlightenment.
The chemicals are in there. Yeah. We just have to tap into them, I guess.
Yeah. It's just like you're either doing a drug to connect to them or meditating.
Yeah. It's like, which drug is it that makes Molly? Molly like gives you it just like activates all of your serotonin and like makes you feel all, but like you already had the serotonin. That's why there's like this. I just watched a show that was like, I don't think Molly will work on me. I don't have any serotonin left. And I thought to myself, that's crazy. Like if you didn't have serotonin, like a lot of serotonin in your brain, like it wouldn't work. Like it feeds off of the serotonin. It depletes you of all of your serotonin by using it all up at once. So like it's something that's already in our brains.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, drugs, like, it's already happening. The drugs just kind of activate
Amplify it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was such a naysayer. And that's my problem. I've got to quit being a naysayer because the universe is like, bet.
We'll show you.
We'll show you. I'm not even exaggerating, tripping. I am full blown tripping. And I want everyone to hear me when I say it. I was not on any drugs. I am so not on a drug journey. I can't even explain to you guys. The last thing I just want to feel a little calm, a little clarity.
Guys, even many moons ago, you were off your drug journey. There have been a couple times I'm like, come on. You're like, no.
No.
Because you're like, Shannon, I don't know what will happen. Like, I'm not in a place where I can do it. Like, I can't.
No, like, at this point, it's just like Russian roulette for me. Like, I'm like,
she doesn't even drink coffee anymore. Like, I'm like, do you want a venti Starbucks? She's like, I can't, unfortunately. I don't know what it would do to me. I'm like, oh, okay.
I can't. No, I've been off caffeine. I mean, I've been off alcohol for a while, but I would have like a glass of champagne here or there. I mean, when I tell you I've been, I don't know what kind of level of sober this is. Caffeine sober, especially since this retreat. Okay, so I'm fully tripping my face off. I call my friend. I'm like, how is this possible? Because she went to one of the events. And she's like, no, it's like they say these events are like, there's 2,000 people in a room doing all this breath work. And breath work is like, does some weird, I don't know what happens in there. I'm not a big breath work person, but anyways, that happens. I get home, you guys, I have a full blown mental breakdown, a little mentee bee. And which Shannon and I can talk about because Shannon also knows what it's like to have a panic moment.
Well, yeah, she's speaking on like a true panic attack. Like she had a full on true to its like core panic attack. And worst of all, yours lasted like days, right? Days. Like mine was horrible and I knew what caused mine. Mine was from the Celsius, as we know. I'd still like big Celsius to respond back to me, but they won't. And
no comment from Celsius.
No comment from big Celsius still yet to see. I also haven't been invited on any brand trips lately, so that is concerning. That's what happens when you talk badly about big Celsius. They sponsor everything. So mine lasted, I don't know. Well, I think it got better after I threw up a couple times. And then 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours max. The second time I had one, days is, I don't know. I would admit myself to a hospital.
No, I was trying to. I was like, I think for sure someone needs to take me somewhere. And it was one of those things. I mean, I have a therapist who, what a queen. She actually was in another country at the time. So the time zone worked out perfectly because I called her in the middle of the night. Oh, and like, also me has great boundaries, would never call my therapist, text, whatever, do anything. I'm like, listen, something's wrong. Something's really wrong with me. I was awake for 3 days. Okay. Just want everyone to put that in your ear holes. 3 days.
Do you know what that does when you're awake? You like truly didn't sleep at all. Not a nap, nothing for 3 days.
No.
Were you in like a psychosis?
I don't think so. Well, actually, okay, I kind of figured out a little bit what happened through therapy, and I'll probably uncover more. But essentially what happens is like after you meditate for so long, right? And I got that drug-like feeling. You connect with love, which is also kind of sometimes what happens when people have a baby. So much love comes in quickly, and then your body starts like kind of purging off like old processed or like old trauma in the body. Like I was having a panic attack at one point. This isn't scary, by the way. I won't scare anyone with anything. But I was having a panic attack because I had a memory when I was 5 and I got locked in a bathroom and I couldn't figure out how to get out because I was like a small child.
Oh, gosh.
Do you think I, at 32 years old, remembered that? No. So it was like, it was, as much as it was terrible, it was like my body was like, you guys have ever
like
heard?
Purging.
Have you ever heard the body keeps score? Like the body like stores memories and stuff?
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah. I had meditated myself to a point where like all of it was just like, you know what? Perfect. We're just going to like,
it was like coming to the surface. And it was like, actually it's time to get rid of all this stuff all at once to your demise.
Yes, literally. So in a way it actually was like, I mean, you could look at it as a positive. And I kind of think that's sometimes what happens too. Like I said, we kind of talked about it a lot in therapy. Like when women give birth, this baby comes in, brings in so much love. And then a lot of people experience like maybe anxiety or some feelings that you're like, what the heck? But it's actually a lot of times your body's like offloading or purging. It's like a full blown
doesn't need.
Yeah, it's like an identity death. So in a way, it's nice to look at it through a positive lens, versus it being scary. So when I tell you guys, my mom was like, why didn't you wait to quit your job until you were doing something else? I'm like, okay, here's what's happening.
Like, till Q4. That's like your mom's so corporate. She's like, maybe you could have stopped around Q4 and then you guys could have really had a handle on your accounting and your whatever. You're like, no, got to do it now. Eject button.
Literally. That's how everything has always worked for me. Like first I had my near-death experience, and then me tries to fiddle diddle around with drugs, dies, and then comes back, goes to a meditation retreat, dies again. Like literally, I'm like, okay, yeah, the message is really loud and clear, but I had drugged my feet, I feel like, for too long, being like, oh, I like being an influencer, I'm good at it, it's comfy, cozy.
Easy. Like when you're good at it, it feels like a nice, fun. I imagine if you were really good at math and then you were like a mathematician, you'd be like, yeah, my job's easy. For me, I'd be like, you have the hardest job in the world. But if you love what you do, I mean, that saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Like when you love what you do and you're good at it, it comes easy and naturally, and it's nice. And there's no shame in saying that. I honestly just felt bad. It's like, make a disclaimer, just not what we do isn't easy. Cause it's not easy for some people, but for me, it does come naturally and easy. And there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Well, and Shannon, you're like a true entertainer, and that's a gift. That's an art.
Especially got the gift of gab.
We got the gift of gab over here.
Gab. Okay, one of my financial goals for 2026, and you guys know this is a finance podcast, is actually making a travel fund for real and making it real life, because I love to travel, but I tend to just kind of grab funds from wherever. But I'd love to be looking forward to traveling with an actual travel fund. Do you know what I mean? Not a I'll start next month or I'll throw leftovers at it, whatever, but a real plan, okay? Because if I don't tell my money where to go, it somehow, it just disappears into the ether. Does that ever happen to you guys, or is that just me? It's little things, they just add up, and it doesn't even feel like spending in the moment. And then you're like, where did that money go that I was planning to go to Barbados with? So anyways, managing your money, it doesn't have to be a struggle this year. I'm telling myself that as well. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It's going to bring your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts, and investments, net worth, etc., and all your future planning together in one dashboard on your laptop or phone, which is what I love. It's all in one place. I get really overwhelmed with finances, obviously, as you guys know, because it just feels like a lot all at once. But when it's all in one place and really digestible, like Monarch makes it for you, kind of just all in one on the dashboard, very user-friendly, that's something I can get behind. You can also start your new year on the right foot financially and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code PROBABLY, which is amazing, because what I like about Monarch, especially for right now, is the new year reset vibe without it feeling like punishment, okay? Because I really do get hives every time I talk about finances, and it does feel like a punishment. But after the chaos of the holidays, I want to look at my spending and not spiral, all right? And Monarch makes it easier to review what happened, set fresh budgets, track progress towards goals that actually matter to me, the travel fund I mentioned, without needing 15 spreadsheets and a motivational speech from my husband telling me to get my stuff together, okay? That's great. And also, Monarch, it feels different than other apps. They don't only just tell you what you did after the fact. It's kind of there to help you be proactive, not reactive. And that's something I need, because even with other apps, sometimes I would get on and be like, I hated that I saw that. Whereas this kind of tells you what to do with their new AI tools built on Monarch Intelligence, which is incredible. It's trained on the collective wisdom of certified financial planners and financial advisors, and it's genuinely helpful, okay? The AI assistant is like having a 24/7 money coach in your pocket, okay? The money coach is something I need, and AI Insights surfaces patterns you might miss, and the AI weekly recap basically keeps an eye on things like spending spikes, upcoming expenses, so nothing really sneaks up on you. It's amazing. So this new year, achieve your financial goals for good. Monarch is the all-in-one tool that makes proactive money management simple all year long. Use code PROBABLY at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code PROBABLY.
But anyways, all that being said, enough of my sad story, but that's how I got here, guys. I physically was taken down to my knees. I mean, well, it was weeks too. I couldn't sleep the night for weeks, and have never having a panic attack to going from 0 to 100. I was really quick, anyone in my life that's ever had anxiety, I'm so sorry for you. I had no idea what you were going through.
Anna Grace, when you told me this story, remember what I told you? I said that, mine happened before I went on stage with a bunch of people. And I was like, hey guys, quick, raise your hand if you experience anxiety, because you and I lived a beautiful life before ever having anxiety. And I've always said I'm very blessed. I don't experience anxiety like that. So many people are on daily medication to help their crippling anxiety, or just mundane anxiety that just exists and floats around in their brain all the time. And I've never been someone that suffered from depression and anxiety. A lot of people feel at the same time. And I'm just like, wow, I just am so thankful that I have never had to experience that or take medication for that. But it does, if you've never experienced it, you do kind of just like not, it is one of those emotions and things that until you have actually felt it, you can't really speak on it. Like you can't speak on it. You can't explain it to someone. You can't even, I mean, you can tell someone you're sorry they're going through that, but like, I didn't really know that I was sorry they were going through it. I was just like, oh, that sounds like a bad, sad emotion that I don't ever feel. So I feel bad for them, but I don't know how to relate. Literally, I was like, who here has anxiety? Knowing that so many people in the audience would probably be like, me. I was like, you don't have to raise your hand, but is anyone here on medication for anxiety? And like a couple people raised their hand and I was like, can I have some? I was like, I just had a panic attack. And I was like, I am so sorry, you guys. Like I have got to run a 5K for y'all. I had no idea. I had no idea where is the funding behind this. We have got to put more research into it. Like everyone's like, Shannon, there is research done. There is a pill. Like you can take it. But like, I'm serious. I did not understand the severity of what people experience until you have a true panic attack or anxiety attack. I still don't really know which one mine was. Like until you experience that in the flesh, you can't really speak on it. It's something that you cannot explain the feeling.
Oh, and also
other than terrible.
So humbling. At one point I was in Tennessee. My parents are taking care of me. I've got my dad. I'm hugging a tree. I swear to God, I wish I had a video of this. I'm hugging the tree, the wedding tree, the tree that I got married in my backyard.
Good one to hug.
Good one to hug. And I've got my dad. I'm telling my dad how to do Reiki. I'm like, Dad, I don't know. I know you've never done this before.
Timmy's like, okay.
My dad is like, okay. And my mom at one point, I'm like, Mom, you have to hold me and just like hug me like literally like a baby right now. Because she kept going, sweetie, what are you so stressed about? I'm like, it doesn't work like that. It
Don't say that. No, it's like, don't be sad. It's like, okay.
It's like, that's not what's happening. Anyways, like you said, we got to get the funding behind it. When I tell you guys, I like flew off the ramp of the life direction. I went back to school. Okay. I'm a certified somatic practitioner. I just got my certification this morning in the flesh. Somatic anxiety therapy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. It's so crazy. When I had my panic attack, the last thing I wanted to do was go back to school. But you said we're going to work.
We're going to work. Oh, I was like, oh no, this is not happening in my house. This is not happening on my watch. And so basically, somehow in the last like 4 months, I've gone underground. I've gone back to school. And I always was into somatic work. You guys know I love somatic dance. I was always dancing.
Can you explain what somatic is for those who are listening, and myself included, that don't have a full grasp on it?
So soma is literally the Greek translation, or in Greek, soma means body. So somatics is truly getting out of the mind and getting into the body. It's body-based practices. Okay. So it's anything that, like, just how you said when you were feeling that rush of like, you're like, I'm about to run a 5K. It's literally taking people who are in this very heightened state, or any state. You can be mad, happy, sad, whatever. And there's something for them. And like, okay, Shannon, let's work together. Let's try to discharge some of that energy right now so our body can come back to center, come back to balance.
Okay.
Because we're in that moment, you're in fight or flight. You're flighting. You're taking the fuck off.
I did mean that I wanted to run like a charity 5K to raise funding. But when I was experiencing my panic attack, I did not want to go run for a 5K. Okay, I wanted to like crawl into a ball.
Okay. Well then, so there's perfect. There's like other things. There's fight or flight, or there's like freeze shutdown, right?
Freeze shutdown.
Okay. That's maybe what you're experiencing.
That was when Courtney walked in and was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, what do you feel? And I was like, I don't know. And she goes, you cannot go on stage like that. And I was like, I know. Yeah. And I thought she was going to be like, we can do it, which she eventually, thank God, Courtney, you did get to that place and you did make me feel good enough to go. I wouldn't have gone on stage if you hadn't talked me off a ledge to go back on stage. But what's crazy is at the time, she just took one look at me and was like, not sure what's going on, but nope, you're not you right now. So this is not Shannon that people paid money to see. So we cannot do this.
She's like, I hate to tell you, but you're not looking good. Yeah.
You're not looking, Anna Grace goes, I hate to tell you, but you're not looking good. I'm like, yeah, that was it.
And that's the problem when you get into those states, is it's very, very hard to function.
Shake
and like
it.
It's very hard
for me. It's only happened to me twice, that day and then the day before our rehearsal dinner. And I truly still to this day, I couldn't tell you, it was just time. Like I had to throw up. I knew after I throw up, it helps. And then like eventually just like going to sleep, there was nothing. And I'm not someone that just has like a rogue Xanax laying around. Like there was nothing for me that could shake it other than time. So like knowing if you have figured something else out, like please tell me, because I still don't know. They could happen at any point,
Well, and yes,
that's a scary thing too. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, but I mean, if we work together, Shannon and I will say we work together. You will figure out there is usually a trigger, and there's always something to do to either, like we said, shift out of that freeze state or the fight or flight, which is, I mean, truly what my whole mission is. Think of like, you know, those memes where it's like the people riding on the black,
all the equations.
Yes, all the equations. It's like
the whiteboard,
and it's like lives. It's like,
yeah.
When I tell you guys, I was in that for like 4 weeks straight. Like I was like taking these courses, I was learning all this stuff, and I was like filming every day. I've been filming. We're about to launch this program February 13th with like over 60 classes.
My God, you've been busy.
I've been busy.
Here's the thing, and I know you said this to me, so I hate to like take your own words from you, but like it's so true. You're like, I have always been into somatic like work and like doing all this stuff, but you said like you think if someone had come to you and been like, I have crippling anxiety or I suffer from panic attacks, you would have been like, okay, this is what you should do. But I think the universe does do this to you where it's like, no. You need to really mean it. You need to really mean that you know how to fix this. Like it's like, so we're actually sorry about this, but really quick, we're gonna make you have a 4-day panic attack. Just so we're going to give you the worst of the worst of the worst so that if anyone comes to you for help, you will actually know how to help them. And that's a beautiful and terrible thing. I'm sorry you went through that, but like I honestly, when you explain something to someone and they've been through it, tell me anything in life, if you say like, I understand how you're feeling, and you know that person directly does know what you're saying and understands it, you immediately feel seen, feel heard, and feel more trusting towards that person. Like, okay, you really do know what I went through. Like, help me out here. So I'm sorry you went through that, but like, I think it's going to really help a lot of people.
I think it is too. And I just want everyone to know I'm fine. It did take about, I will say the 4 days was just like the kickoff. From there, I went through every single phase that happens. Then after like the shutdown, the freeze, the flight, like everything, which was kind of cool because then learning about it at the same time made me feel like, okay, this is just a nervous system function and I'm going to be okay.
Right.
It was like oddly comforting for me because, you know, I love facts and information.
Yeah, you're good.
All that being said, we are doing my final and real dream, which is live events. So we're going to be doing somatic practices with women. I think we're going to do an actual tour starting in August. So if anybody here has a studio, wants us to come, let me know.
Also, I am so happy that the world is shifting back to like in-person stuff. I think we all are so addicted to our screens and so in our screens at all time. And James was talking to about like wanting to get together to more like in-class, like fitness stuff. Just like, he's like, I like think the world misses being together in person, not like on a screen right now. And it's so nice to like know that you're just going to be traveling the country doing all that. Yes. I love that.
Yeah. It'll be more like light and fun things, like more some dance, but also some of teaching people some of these body positions. That's what you're teaching people. Basically putting yourself into body positions, slowing down your breath, doing all these things to bring yourself into regulation. But like you said, that's why I get on a call one day with my management, who I love and adore. They're the best ever. And I like start crying. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And they're like,
hello? We just came here to offer you a deal with this toothpaste. You're like, cancel it.
I was like, I don't know what's happening to me. I didn't take everybody on that journey. Cause like you said, if people get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. And you're just like, I don't even want to bore you with the details, but it's been fucking terrible. And like, I'm going to be fine, but I can't do this anymore. So that's why I just up and was like, I can't influence anymore. And that just means I still tell people I'm still a content creator, still going to share my life, but I'm not doing any paid partnerships. I'm not getting paid to do it anymore, you guys. You get Hulu free, no ads.
Going to the gym can be kind of discouraging, all right? Especially when you're putting in the work and then you're like, wait, am I actually getting stronger? Or am I just sitting here sweating, looking really not cute, like I don't know what I'm doing? And honestly, when life gets busy, which my life has been lately, workouts are usually the first thing to fall off my to-do list, which is why I love Tonal, because it takes all the guesswork out and makes it easier to actually stay consistent. Now, Tonal gives you the convenience of a full gym and the guidance of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. And ooh, is it sleek, honey. And it's designed to reduce your mental load, which is fantastic because we all got too much going on these big noggins of ours, which I personally need. And I don't want to plan workouts, okay? I just want to show up and get results. And one of my favorite parts is that after a quick assessment, Tonal sets the optimal weight for every move and adjusts in 1 pound increments, which is really cool. So as you get stronger, you're actually challenged, but never overwhelmed, which I appreciate. No more second guessing your form because Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to help lift safely and effectively. So it also tracks your progress with every workout, which is huge for motivation. So you can actually see that you're getting stronger, not just feeling tired. And there are so many expert-led workouts to choose from. They've got strength, they've got aero hit, they've got yoga, mobility. So you're not just doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting bored. And you also don't have to drive to all these classes, which is great. So for me, Tonal has been the difference between saying, I should work out today, and then actually checking workout off my list, even on the busiest of days. So right now, Tonal is offering my listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code PROBABLY. That is Tonal.com and use promo code PROBABLY for $200 off your purchase. Tonal.com, Tonal.com, promo code PROBABLY for $200 off. That explanation was so perfect when you said your dad was like, so explain to me how things are changing. You're like, basically everything's staying the same, but you guys don't have to listen to ads. And I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, basically you guys get the ad-free version because honestly, I think now that I live in Florida too, which maybe you'll actually, no, Shannon, you can't relate because you still go out and do a lot of stuff. But I think my problem with influencing one was I miss doing things in person. Like I was like, should I just get a job and like see people on a daily basis? I'm not, but I do work with clients. So that's nice. But I was like, and I am going to be working with people in person too, one-on-one, just for my own sheer, like getting outside of my house. But I started like buying things just to create content. Like I would buy things just to like share. And that's where I was like,
I see what you mean.
Am I actually wearing an outfit? Or am I actually just going to be home alone all day, but I'm just putting on an outfit because I need to link something, you know?
I do. And I just had this conversation with Taylor because I follow a ton of fashion influencers who I love. And I think people care about what I wear and I definitely link my clothes, but I wouldn't put myself in the category of a fashion influencer. Maybe when I first started out, I cared a lot more and would like link a lot more clothes and like buy stuff on Revolve so I could link it or just like link Revolve websites, whatever. But I feel like I've shifted away from that more. I'm just like sharing my life now. But I was just having this conversation with Taylor and I was like, man, I don't like get up and it's not just about being a mom. Honestly, it's not like there is some like weird what's the word I'm looking for where you don't want something aversion. I do have this like aversion to having makeup on my face now because like you just want to kiss your baby and you just want to rub your face all over your baby and I don't want to like rub bronzer on her. So I'm like, I don't like love having makeup on all the time unless I'm like truly going somewhere or doing something. But I said to Taylor, it was like this girl that I love and follow and she has like the sickest outfits and she gets ready every single day. She posts like an incredible outfit and she has kids. And I'm like, damn, what do you think? Do you think she goes places? And this is just an influencer asking about another influencer. Like I sound like a normal person just like asking, but I'm like, I'm so curious. Like, do you think she's like, okay, what should I do for the day? Like now, like if I got that glammed and looked that gorgeous, I'd be like, where the fuck are we going? I gotta be seen. I know she films herself and then posts it. So of course, like that's people seeing her. But I'm like, damn, are there ever days where she does all this and then just goes in the bathroom and washes her face and puts it on sweatpants? Or just like when her husband comes home from work, is she still in that fit? Like, I had so many questions, which is crazy because like I literally do her job on some level, right? And Taylor's like, I don't know. Why do you care so much? And I was like, I'm just curious because I've never felt like I've been in that world where I do feel like that girl, her identity, not that girl, a ton of people and influencers' identities are fashion and clothes. And by the way, that's not only their identity, but that's how they're making so much money. That is their job. That's great, right? But I'm like, wow, it must be from a consumer standpoint, you are buying a lot of things and like consuming a lot of like products and like your heavy like Amazon influencers, right?
Oh yeah.
They must be buying a ton of, and I don't want to call it junk, right? Like at all. But like I follow this one girl, I don't remember her name. She's a great follow. Sorry. I need to find her. She just reviews Amazon stuff. I bought so many things from her because she's like, it'll be like something dumb, like this like thing that sticks to the side of your fridge on the inside that you can slide your yogurts onto. And it like really does save you space in your refrigerator, right? But I maybe buy like one thing from a video every 6 months that I see a video from her, or 3 months. Okay, maybe once a month. I don't know. But I thought to myself, how much, and I don't want to call it shit, how much shit is she buying to just like then post her videos? And again, I know that's how she makes her money, but you're right. It can feel at times like, why am I buying all this stuff, doing all this stuff, like at what cost? Because it does get to a point where you're just like, I got so much shit.
Well, and I couldn't possibly need another thing. And also think about it, you guys, think about that. And I've been doing this for 10 years now. And I tell everyone this, all my best friends are influencers. Everyone in my life is an influencer. I love influencers. I'm like, of course, not dogging anyone. It was just like, for me personally, I was like, I just couldn't need any.
You've accumulated so much stuff.
And then by the way, it's like, you still need you still need to look cute. And like the real me where I'm at now is like, I wear the same things. Like at least once every week. Like I have my own little like sweat set that I like, and I have my little this, and I have my little workout set. Yeah.
Gone are the days, if you're watching this, I'm just holding up my bar sweatshirt, which I luckily have in 17 different colors. Thank you, Bridget. I love you so much. I love the bar, like and hearts, but semicolon. But I'm just like, Yeah, gone are the days where I'm like putting on a fit. Now I still love to go on trips. Catch me on a motherfucking trip because I will be out here stunting on you hoes when I'm on a trip. But like when I'm just home, like I'm just like not getting dressed up. I can't do it anymore.
I know. And I remember seeing a TikTok of this girl who was like you said, glam, banging outfit, like so cute. It was during the pandemic and she was getting dressed up like every day in the house, which by the way, we were like, no one was going, you weren't seeing anyone or going anywhere. And someone commented like, what prison is this that you're in that you have to get ready every day and go nowhere? And like all these girls are like me, I'm in that prison. And I kind of felt that because like I used to be really heavy fashion. Like I was a stylist. Like I got a big following based off of fashion.
Yeah,
and then like you guys, I live in the middle of nowhere. I live on the beach. I walk out to the beach in a swimsuit and swim and my hair is wet and I'm not dressed and I don't wear shoes. And then that's my story. So anyways.
It's great. I mean, Taylor did say I was really wondering when you would get to this point because when I asked her that about the influencer, do you think she stays in that outfit when her husband comes home? She's like, I don't know, Shannon, but I was really excited for you to get to this point of your like motherhood because it is like, I'm sorry to say, like, part of it is just like motherhood and just like not feeling like putting stuff on, getting dressed, whatever, like certain outfits. Like Taylor does always make a joke that she said all of your clothes make noise. Like everything I wear. Like when I was like trying to get her ready for a trip and she was coming over and I was just like styling her in my closet. She's like, sorry, all your shirts make no, like everything's got like a shell attached to it or it's like some sort of like bell on it. Like they're all like, like they all like make a lot of fucking noise. And I was like, yeah, but this is fabulous. It's like embossed with blah, blah, blah. Now, like I would be like, that would hurt my baby's face if my baby like pressed up against it. I don't want to hold that. So anyways, yeah, I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm certainly like getting ready less. And that's fine because there are so many people who probably could log online now and say, I love to see it, Shannon. I love to see that you're not in this. Oh yeah, because Taylor said that she would come over and she'd be like, what are you all ready for? And I'd be like, the day. And she'd be like, that's funny. like, what'd you get ready for? And I'm like, she's like, do you have a podcast? I'm like, no, just got ready for the day. She's like, the day, huh? The day required a full beat. Just the day. Just the day.
You know what? And sometimes the day does require a full beat.
Sometimes it just feels nice.
But I also was telling Austin, I was like, I feel like this was kind of my like every time I come on the podcast, I tell people I'm not pregnant yet, but I am thinking about the runway.
Yeah.
And just like the freedom that I feel right now, like I'm like, I can post or I can not fucking post anything.
Yeah.
Because when you have, Shannon knows this and we'll tell you guys, when you have ads, you have to have a lot of other stories up constantly. So it's like a reality show with commercials. Can't just be commercials.
Yeah, you can't just be commercials. You know, then you get DMs that are like, I liked following you before. It was just all these ads all the time. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, there are times where you're like, oh shit, I haven't posted all day and I have to post an ad later like that. And you feel bad because I'm like, I want to give the consumers, I want to give my followers like a good show, you know? It's like you guys aren't paying to be here. Obviously you can follow me for free, but like if you're buying my products, you're clicking on my links, like, you know, you're supporting my life and I want to make sure that you guys are entertained, you know? And it's one of those things for sure where you're like, fuck, now you could go on social media and not post and not feel like, fuck, I'm gonna get in trouble with my agents because my views are down because I haven't blah 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 blah, blah all the things you think about, you know?
Oh yeah, well we are the executive producers of our life. That's our Instagram, and it is like it's like running a mini TV show. That's what people don't understand. Like it needs to be entertaining and there needs to be engagement. You got to post certain things that are going to perform. Like it's social media is kind of a game and that like playing that algorithm.
It can be really beautiful and organic, which it is a lot of times for me, and it can be really performative, which it is a lot of times for me, you know?
Well, and that's part of everyone.
And then it's also crazy because then you go on vacation. When I went to London, it's different gravy when you have a kid. Again, you go to London, you're traveling with an infant, you're doing, James's family just bought this, built this beautiful home in Portugal. And I'm like, seeing it for the first time with his family, doing all this stuff. I just like, my first thought wasn't Instagram and my views were never higher. So I'm like, man, when you take things away from people, then your views skyrocket. It's really a crazy dance. It's a tango that I still don't understand half the time.
Oh, it's a tango. My dad always says being an influencer is like the stock market. You don't know. It's up, it's down, it's all over.
So true.
And
I'm always like, I need to do as much as I can because I never know when this shit's gonna blow up in my face and never be a thing again. Trust me, guys, I will be just fine. I will figure my shit out. I will literally. Remember, you and I used to have a running list of all the things that we would do in case influencing went away.
Yes.
There was one time where she showed up in a really cute hat, and I'm like, "You should be a chauffeur," and you're like, "Ooh," and I was like, "You'd be a really good chauffeur," and you were like, "Yes."
I'd be the best chauffeur. No, and
I was like, add it to the list.
We always had a list of things. Well, one of them was Shannon trained me so well in giving her spray tans. I would always be like, listen, if shit ever goes south, I will give these bitches a spray tan all day.
We will spray these girls. No, it's so true. Okay, wait. I also want to talk to you. Wait, finish your sentence. Sorry.
Oh, no. Anyway, so I was just saying, if postpartum, I just when I have the option to never share an Instagram story for like 6 months, that is what I'm setting myself up for. Now, right now in the moment, I did just willy-nilly quit my job and we're just figuring it out. Okay, everybody?
Yeah. Listen, I'll run a 5K for you.
Okay.
Sure. Why not? If you're anything like me, you don't just book trips, honey. You craft them, okay? And if you follow me on Instagram, like you see my trips, I am out here trying to do the most and make it the most fabulous. Like I'm the person with 47 tabs open, comparing hotels, reading the newest reviews, checking whatever pool gets the sun at 2 p.m. I'm psycho, okay? But it always is amazing. And people are like, wow, that looks like the trip of the century. I'm hunting for one room category that's somehow the same price, but mysteriously better. And then I'm building an itinerary that feels effortless, but took me like maybe 3 business days to assemble. Okay. And you know what? I am the group favorite for this. And if you love that part, the planning, the details, the thrill of finding the perfect spot, then you already think like a travel advisor. So why not be one? Fora is a modern travel agency built for people who love to plan travel and help others travel well. Their tech platform, training, and community give you everything that you need to turn a passion for travel into planning a flexible, meaningful stream of income, which is incredible. Now, you guys know I come from a long line of travel agencies. And by long line, I mean my mom's travel agency. Like she owns one. She loves travel. This is in my blood, okay? And I love that it doesn't have to be some massive life overhaul. With Fora, you can build a thriving part-time business on your terms, alongside your job, your family responsibilities, or whatever else you got going on. You get best-in-class training, powerful booking tech, and really vibrant community of experts and fellow advisors who share real insider knowledge to help you launch and grow with confidence. Plus, you get access to more than 7,000 preferred travel partners, from iconic brands to more boutique things, which means that you can unlock VIP perks like upgrades, resort credits, and late checkout, the kind of elevated travel experiences that regular travelers simply don't get. Now, I've had these perks. I can promise you that they are real. Like when you are in the thick of it with actual travel agencies and stuff, like you just get this stuff, which is great. And every hotel, cruise, or activity that you book as a Fora advisor earns you money in the form of a commission or a percentage of the booking cost. So honestly, getting started can be as easy as booking trips for people that you already know, because you're probably already the unofficial trip planner in your group chat. That's me. So if you've ever thought, wait, could I actually turn this into something? Now is the time. Become a Fora advisor today at foratravel.com/probably. That's FORA travel.com/probably. And make sure that you tell them I sent you. That is foratravel.com/probably.
Okay, what were you going to ask me?
I was going to say, I want to talk to you about you getting 2 cats. You have had a lot of life changes.
Quit's job gets cats.
Quit's job gets cats. What the fuck is going on?
I am full-blown cat lady. I want you guys to know the only
when you get a cat, by the way, you don't not become full-blown cat lady. When you get a cat, you become cat lady, and that's great. Thank you so much.
Yes, it was inevitable. Okay, I go furniture shopping with my mom. If you guys haven't heard of the cat distribution system, it's a real thing that exists in the universe, and it's basically like
we've never adopted a cat in our lives. We've had cats my entire life, multiple at a time. Never adopted one.
Yeah, they find
never bought
you.
One. They find you. The cat distribution system is they will find you.
Yep. Whenever you're ready, they just sort of fall out of the sky into your lap. And that was basically what happened. My mom and I went furniture shopping, okay, at a furniture store. Not a cat store, a furniture store. And we go in and there's this little black kitten. There's like this little, basically little freaking hamper of kittens. And this black one is it stares into my soul. It's linked. It's claws into me, and it's little kitten. It's 3 months old. And even my mom, by the way, not a cat person. I mean, not that I wasn't one, but I was indifferent. My mom was like, "Oh, so that cat's staring into your soul. You have to take it home." And I was like, "Okay,
stop." Your mom's such a what's the word? Practical. She's so practical. She would have never been like, you should get a cat.
No.
She's actually when I was your mom told you should. You're like, yeah. She was like, you have to.
Some shit my mom would say would be like, oh, they'll tear up your sofa. You know what I mean?
Yes. Your mom is so practical like that. 100%.
Yeah, very logical. And I was just like, I can't believe you're saying that. I was like, all right, well, let me put it to the test. Let me test the big dog. So I text Daddy, Austin, and I'm like, what do you think about this little adorable kitten? The picture, it's it's so cute. And he was basically like, yeah, whatever you want. And I'm just like, God, this guy he's unshakable.
This one's unshakable. You're everyone's begging for me to get this cat. The cat's like, bitch, you want it.
So the next day, Austin gets home from a work trip, maybe 2 days later, but it was pretty quick because I was like, that cat was pretty popular. There was a lot of activity and I want there was a little black kitten. So then we go back. Austin goes back with me. There's this little kitty corner in this furniture store. Again, so random. And Austin's like, well, I mean, if we're going to get one, we might as well get 2.
I'm cracking up.
And I'm like,
that's so funny.
sir? He's like, well, it makes more sense. They can play together. It's like, it's a thing with cats. You got to get two. And he's holding this little gray kitten while he's saying, he's like, yeah, I feel like this one. So we go and we kind of asked the lady, we're like, because there was a few, and we're like, which one are like buddies? And she's like, oh, the ones that we were holding were already like a bonded pair. And so we're like, okay, so we like take the cats home. And it was so funny because like the evolution is like, we're like, okay, well, no cats in the bed and like this.
Oh,
we have all these
100%. Now it's like the cat sleeps under the blanket with you. Austin's out, cats are in. It's so funny. My parents literally share a queen size bed with our lab, who is literally the size of a walrus. And I'm like, where do you sleep? My dad's like, well, we all have to spoon each other. I'm like, what? And like growing up, like there were no dogs on the couch, no dogs in the bed. Now they're just like, yeah, your mother and I all have to shift 2 degrees at a time. And then Brandy's just like kicking her legs out. Like, it's so cute.
No, like the persona has happened so quick. This is what I have to show you. I went to this store like 2 days ago with one of my girlfriends, and I was going to get like some fabric and just random stuff. And I see this. I'm holding this up for the video. It's a caticorn.
It's a unicorn and a cat. It says caticorn tarot cards. Wait, will you pull one for me?
yeah, I will. And literally, I'm in this store like, that is not a real creature. How have I gone 32 years of my life? I didn't know a caticorn was a thing. I
still have to send you your Christmas gift, which are unicorn and cat glasses and a wiener dog.
Like, what a niche concoction that was like.
I know. This is Anna Grace. And by the way, the store only sold those like 3 glasses. It wasn't like, and they had a lemon and they had a cherry. Like, it was like cat, a unicorn, and a wiener dog. I was like, well, okay, these are literally Anna Grace's glasses. I have to buy them.
This one.
Okay. What did you pull for me?
I pulled a card for Shannon. This one just popped out. And also, it's so adorable. It's a cat with a unicorn horn, and it's the magician. Okay.
The magician.
Hold on. Let me tell you what it says. Everybody stay tight. Yeah. So now I'm a caticorn. Like, I've taken my unicorn obsession to like another level. But okay, I will tell you guys, this is like not a sad story. It has a happy ending. It's kind of funny. But so last week, Roman, the cat's names are Roman and Roxy.
Love.
Roman gets into the trash and swallows some plastic. Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, like one does,
What kind of plastic?
I didn't see it. I didn't know, but we had to take him to the emergency room.
How did you know that he swallowed it?
He was barfing everywhere profusely.
Got it. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And cats like don't really show. So when something like that happens, you're like, oh, and it was like, at first we're like, oh, maybe he'll throw something up. And still to this day, we don't really know. Oh, I found it. We don't really know what he actually swallowed, but we take the cat in, okay, to the, and I'm like frantic. I have bonded with this cat. I've never felt more connected.
Is Roman the black one or the gray
Roman's
one?
the black one.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we joke like Roman's still my lap all day. Roxy's on Austin's lap all day. And like Roxy is Austin's girlfriend and Roman is like my boyfriend. And like the cat, and like he literally like the other day I had a headache and he like had his paws on my head like this going like,
job.
I am wrecked over this cat. Like, I love this cat more than anything I've ever loved in my whole life. I'm like,
one thing about cats, let me tell you something. They are motherfucking resilient. Like, seriously, I know the joke about cats, 9 lives. Like, and just talk to Sharon K, because I don't know what fucking elixir she feeds our cats, but they all live to be 28, and they're like sacks of bones, dude. Their skin is just like falling off of them. And then, like, when our cat Tara finally died at age 25, okay, seriously, I don't know if it's a world record or what. My mom, I've told you the story. My mom's like, I think there was foul play involved. And I was like, what are you literally talking about? Like, I called my dad, like, I can't, like, you cannot. And he was like, just play along. I said, no, I'm not enabling this behavior. This is fucking crazy, Dad. Like, she's like, you know how cats like go away and like find like she's like, she would have never gone down to the dock. I'm like, she went to hide. She was 25. She knew she was dying. My mom's like, nope. I think something nefarious happened. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And one thing about Sharon K is like, she was in the FBI in a previous life.
100%.
She's always got a case. She's got
a case to solve. She is hot on their trail. No, yeah. Anyways, you just talk to her because cat swallowing a bit of plastic. I already know there's a happy ending. Like, I already know nothing's gonna happen to this cat. They are gonna be fine.
Well, totally. Well,
they're just gonna cost you a bomb.
Oh, it was. You guys, I spent $2,000 last week at the animal hospital, and at one point,
like, Roman, I just lost my job. If you could please, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, listen, buddy, if you could tighten it the fuck up. So anyways, they get an ultrasound. They're like, yeah, we just want to let you know, like
An ultrasound.
Yes. I'm like, listen, just do the works, okay? Like, take his blood, take it all.
You get him a Prenuvo scan. You're like, go ahead and see if he has any cancer underlined.
No, I swear to God. And then they're like, by the way, like they come back to me. I'm there alone, thinking my cat just swallowed plastic, and they're like, yeah, his lymph nodes are really swollen. Yo, it's a kitten. I want you to know it's 8 months old, and he's like, he might have lymphoma, and I'm like, lymphoma?
What?
Okay, so I'm wrecked. I'm like crying. I'm like, no, spoiler alert, the cat's fine. But I come home, I tell Austin, and I'm like, we're not going to tell Zane, our son. I'm like, we're not going to tell him because he'll be really upset. So we like sit down at dinner, and this is like funny, but not funny because Austin is like not emotional at all. Like I've seen Austin cry, like, I don't know, maybe once.
Right.
I'm not sure, and the jury's still out. I can't even really think of a time, but I know it's happened. And so Austin's like, we're not going to tell Zane anything. You know, we're locked in. We're on the page. I'm like, yeah, because Zane knew the cat was throwing up. I'm like, he's like, oh, how's Roman? And I'm like, it's good, I think. At this point in my mind, I think he's dying. Like the vet's like, it'll go fast. It'll go quick in the night. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm literally like, yeah, we think he's fine until we get a second opinion. We're like, we're not going to tell Zane. So I'm like putting on a face. I'm acting as one does until we like really know. And Zane's like holding
small
Roman.
children, yes.
Yeah. And we're eating dinner. Okay, we are eating dinner, and I hear, and I look over. Austin is hunched over, sobbing.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
He's past Roman, and Austin's like, oh, buddy, like crying. And I literally was like,
I'm trying to laugh at Austin.
I know. I literally go, are you crying right now? Like, what's happening? We have like this whole moment. Zane is like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Something is really wrong. Like, Zane thinks like something terribly is wrong. And I'm literally like, we think, he might not have much time left. Bitch, the next day, like 2 days later, we go get a second opinion. The cat is fine. He is totally fine. I don't know if overnight Austin's like, you're going to do Reiki on the cat every day. I'm like, every day. I'm not going to miss a session. We go 2 days later.
Miss a session.
We like as a family have a breakdown. We basically planned the cat's funeral. It was so upsetting. And then I get a second opinion and the cat is like, yep, healthy as a horse. Got scanned for everything. $2,000 later, the cat is good to go.
But at least you know.
At least you know. I know. It's really not a funny story, but it is funny in the sense of like there was a full-blown medical emergency. I'm like, drain our savings. Save the cat.
No, and by the way, like you have to do anything for your animals.
You really do.
Tell me what my card says. What is the magician for Unicat? Caticorn.
A caticorn. I kind of like Unicat too. All right. I pulled the magician card. The most magical caticorn of the deck is the magician. He has all the capabilities and resources he needs to create extraordinary experiences. You can see that he is in control of all the elements in the material and spiritual realms. There is nothing that the magician cannot create or do. He is the ultimate manifester. She, as in Shannon. This is a message for you.
Wow.
Okay. You have all the magic and skills you need to succeed in your tasks and goals. Anything is possible if you tap into your full potential and don't hold back. Full potential. Heavy on that for you, Shannon.
Love. Yeah. That's what all my report cards said.
Yep. Now is the time to take aligned actions and break through the glass ceilings and limitations. You have everything you need to transform all of your challenges into success.
Okay. I love. Send me a picture of that.
Okay, I will.
Also, I have to love you and leave you on that note.
Okay, I love you.
Time flies.
Time flies.
When you're having literally the most fun in the entire world. I was just having this conversation with, this is not an announcement, by the way, and Anna Grace is going to be like, what are you literally talking about? I was just talking to Courtney, and I was like, wow, producer Courtney, do you know how much easier my life would be if Anna Grace was my co-host for this podcast? Like, literally, we could have blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to like hype myself up right now, but having a podcast on your own is so fucking much harder if you don't have a co-host. And yeah, I just wanted to say, like, every time I've talked to you, I just feel like you're my unspoken co-host, and it's so easy and so lovely, and everyone loves you, and I love you more than all of them combined. So thank you.
I love you, and I will always be like a mystical co-host whenever you need me. I'll just step in.
I'll pluck you down from the clouds.
Okay.
Thank you for coming to the podcast. Boof
I
Squad.
love you.
Forever.
Boof Squad. Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.